told you not to do no sin no more. I guess they acting like they hear me. 90 days I let a fiend fall. If this what you want, you best go beast mode. And she said, baby, I know you legit. Baby, I know you legit. She said, man, like you don't even exist. And I said, U.P.K made me like this. Bada bing, I popped the least suspect. I start all my crowns, ring and necklace. Do what the men above had taught me. Hey, you say I play too hot, no coffee. I had to change my life like this, yeah. I'm taking life for what it is, yeah. Quit acting blind, you need some lenses. Abiding by the damn scriptures, hey. I told you not to do no sin no more. I guess they acting like they hear me. 90 days I let a fiend fall. If this what you want, you best go beast mode. And she said, baby, I know you legit. Baby, I know you legit. She said, man, like you don't even exist. And I said, U.P.K made me like this. I've been up, I've been up, I've been up, I've been up. I've been up, I've been up, I've been up, I've been up. Quit the fuss, show me love, I need love. Don't wanna leave me, yeah. I'm mixing up my damn problems. I'm mixing out all of that violence. If you with me, we on that fly shit. To all these worldly bastards around us, I say, I told you not to do no sin no more. I guess they acting like they hear me. 90 days I let a fiend fall. If this what you want, you best go beast mode. And she said, baby, I know you legit. Baby, I know you legit. She said, man, like you don't even exist. And I said, U.P.K made me like this.
Right back at you again, Officer Yahanna, dropping something heavy for these cowards out here. Yeah, coming straight from 125th, 1 West, Harlem, New York, home of the truth, nigga. Man of war with hair wool, no idols, loving judgments. God of the Bible, the men above me shout, Hum Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hum Yasha. Kingdom's ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one, it was written. The men above me shout, Hum Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hum Yasha. All day as we discuss how they don't like us. Gathered on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us, watch where you stepping. Cause a scene, you gon' see how brotherhood is a weapon. Tough skin protect our wrists, teach girls and kids devoutness. Call them prophetess, a priest damn near nothing without it. More than rubies, cute and understanding when describing. Virtue, loving, no lip from the daughters of Zion. Gold teeth, earrings, chains, and the rings. Precious metals, fabrics, emphatic stones, and everything. Trying to catch the slang, rewind what we rappers slang. Lost in parables, the scripture breakdowns terrible. Yasha, Prince of the power, we are the Jews. God on earth, you can see it by watching all our moves. Man of war with hair wool, no idols, loving judgments. God of the Bible, the men above me shout, Hum Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hum Yasha. Kingdom's ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one, it was written. The men above me shout, Hum Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hum Yasha. Man of war with hair wool, no idols, loving judgments. God of the Bible, the men above me shout, Hum Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hum Yasha. Kingdom's ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one, it was written. The men above me shout, Hum Yasha'Allah, and all the warriors be like, Hum Yasha'Allah.
You boy, you know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in, yeah. But that was my niggas, yeah. I'm in it, yo. Got my nigga Rewan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding General Yahanna. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home, that's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners, all them pussy niggas talking shit. Yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we U.P.K, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm rippin'. And my niggas solid, number real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves, while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
You know that you are as cold as ice to me. You know that you are
take a second, we reflecting with the light, but this the life, I fucking love it. Wouldn't trade it to be white, now that's alright. I got the right at birth, the devil's redefining work.
Someday you'll pay the price.
No, I don't break a fold, I need and bake the dough, then recreate the flow. They think they making dough, what they forsake is so essential. Over lentils, get your issue. Guess who's on this instrumental with you? Gives a damn if we was family, view unread and call it spam. I'm not a fan of Antichrist, they slayed the man, I swayed the Tim like here I am, the son of Sam is taking shot to David Berkowitz. Pussy.
Someday you'll pay the price.
A different discipline existed than this New York state of mind. Say since not no, not the actor, but the year he's effort. Not one thing in mind to grind until this gavel turned his words to mirth from Babel.
You know that you are. As cold as ice to me. You know that you are.
Front lines of 69, I follow protocol. This kingdom built on Godite bones, so I can't love Esau, and I can't fuck with y'all. I ain't gotta say it twice, you vouching for the enemy, but
Someday you'll pay the price.
look, my father ain't have a father cause of dope. I'm anti-politics cause Christ died from a vote. How the richest nation locked the homeless up for being cold. How ironic they relating smoking weed to getting stoned. You trim your ways and seek they love. I'ma bring this sword back wet with a vesture dipped in blood. Niggas giving up when they don't even give enough. Going nowhere fast, niggas always in a rush. I give them love cause my brothers lost. Christians eating, watch they brothers starve. No way I can serve another God. I give my love cause my brothers lost. Christians eating, watch they brothers starve. I can't serve another God. Cold-blooded.
You know that you are. As cold as ice to me. You know that you are. Someday you'll pay the price.
All right, let's clap it up. Shalom, we're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible, and truth is that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the true Jews, and the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And with that, I'm going to pass the pass over.
What happened there? What's the joke? What's the joke?
He was asking. He was like, "What am I going to teach about?"
Oh shit! Shit, teach about anything. Teach about the Pope. The peg is always good. You know that peg good for the year. It's good for teaching, but it ain't good for what he was doing with it. You know what I mean? So what's going on now, Kim? How y'all feeling? And Aquafin.
Wow.
You'll see, I'm still sick. So you likely over there too. It got to be a 1 West thing. To water too. You ain't sick, right? And you see that? I don't understand why the healing is not contagious. I could never understand that shit. A sick nigga could make you sick, but a healed nigga can't heal you. What the fuck is the point? You might as well be sick too, nigga. You're serving no purpose over there. You know what I mean? So what is like? What we have for today? Any questions? In scripture breakdown in DC. We had what? Let me get another. No, I want it. We had completed the feast of unleavened bread Sunday, right? Give that a hand. You know what I mean? Right, we completed that on Sunday. Next is what? First.
Okay.
We have Feast of First Fruits coming up. I think it's next, what, 49 days or something? God damn, gosh, I still forget the damn phone. I found it. You know what I'm talking about, the phone. Yeah, okay. The cookouts is announced, right? The cookouts. What's the dates for the cookouts? All right, you have somebody made a post or a flyer. You could put it up on the screen if you have it, and you could announce the dates for the cookout. All right, you all know it's usually about 5, right? Chicago, New York, West Coast. I know that's the 3 kind of standard ones, and then you have
Charlotte is this one.
Charlotte. Okay. So that's probably the South cookout, or there's another one in South.
And there's Houston.
Houston cookout. Houston becoming for sure a staple. So I guess the down south or another East Coast cookout would be Charlotte. So you'll definitely make your plans now. You know what I mean?
There we go. So the cookouts are July 3rd to the 6th is Charlotte. Right. July 31st through August 3rd is Chicago. September 5th through 7th is Harlem. October 2nd through 5th is LA, Cali.
Okay.
October 30th to November 2nd is Houston.
Solid. That'll work. So you know the cookouts coming up. First one is Charlotte. Okay. First one is Charlotte. First one in there is Charlotte. You'll make your plans, rent your vehicles now. You know what I mean? Start getting it ready. This one gonna be in July.
July 3rd.
July. So each month is one, right? July, August,
September.
No, there's one in August.
It's gonna be.
There's 2 in July.
2 in July, 2 in October.
So like July. Well, August is the second one. End of July. Okay. All right.
And same for October. The end of October 30th through 2nd. So the one at the beginning of the month is the 2nd through the 5th, and then another one 30th through November 2nd.
So none in September?
September 5th through the 7th is Harlem.
Okay, and then October is another one.
Okay.
October, November.
You okay.
All right, we're good to go. That's the last 6 months right there. You know what I mean? Get it in. All right, pay your tithes. 10% increase on earnings must come into the priests and prophets of the Lord. See your camp leader about it. Give your talk to the teacher, the class, or the guard about paying your tithes. Everything is electronic now, so you know you ain't got no excuse. Go ahead.
I.S.U.P.K. Buffalo says, sir, we're working on Buffalo, New York, June 14th to Juneteenth event. Saturday, Commander General Yahanna will be present, sir.
I'll definitely make sure I'm running through to Zariak. I think he had to approve all of that with the events before you even start to advertise. Once you get that done, of course, you know, yeah, I've promoted all the way up. When did he say you want to do it?
June 14th.
June 14th. That's what?
That's a Saturday.
That's next month, right? No, not next month. Almost next month. You get the point? Yeah, and that's the usual Juneteenth where there's always that stuff going on. Do I have an extra plug I could use for the socket? I think that's all on the burners right now, right? Camps as usual, Sabbath services as usual. Any one of them, MC? Sure. Yeah, but it's gonna be 2. What about the black one? 2 of them in there? 2 of them in the black one? I know, so I'm gonna rock with this for now then. Don't even worry about it. Nah, brother. That's too far. That's too international for me. Now we good for now. I don't think my phone battery should last. If it start to go down, I might need some plug somewhere. All right. So that's it. All phones on vibrate, of course. And any questions? And tonight we're gonna go into judging, what it means to judge, what it means to be a judge, what's judgment. And as far as that, answer any other questions that we have. All right, go.
Okay, sir. I was like the algorithm just came up. Some Christian pastors were saying, you know, talking about women preachers and whatnot. And I'm going through the comments, and all the Christians in the comments were saying, you know, Deborah, judge. So that that gives precedence to have women preachers.
Okay, all right. First, let's pull up what they're saying. I definitely might need that plug. God damn. I'm battery in grid like that no more. Where's our Paul?
US well, it's his laptop joint. So
Oh no, man. That's that Apple shit, man.
no, that's Android, sir.
You sure?
Kind of.
All right.
It's Apple now.
Now, yeah.
Now it is. Yeah. So how does this reach? What's this plugged into? So what are you using this for?
The mic.
Should you have enough?
Kind of, sir.
You sure?
Kind.
Let's see if this works. Brotherhood is a weapon, boy. All right. You sure? Slapping this here. It feel like it's on something. I take your time on it. Just loud. All right, no sweat. Oh shit. All right, let's get it done. You have a specific preset? Okay, so they're saying that the whole thing with Deborah, the Deborah in the Hebrew, they said Deborah, right? That's the proof that women are allowed to be preachers.
Kind of.
Okay. And you want to break down on why they're saying it, or the proof that women are not allowed to be preachers?
Well, because one what says they're not allowed to preach, I'm good with that. But and also when Paul said, "I will not suffer a woman to teach," but here it says in Judges 4:4-5, it says Deborah judged the nation.
All right, cool. Let's get that.
Kind. This is Judges chapter 4, verse 4. And Deborah, a prophetess, the wife of Lapidoth, she judged Israel at that time.
I thought that was Baruch's wife, or Barak. I might be wrong, but I always thought that was Barak's wife. Where you at?
Judges 4:4-5.
Okay. All right, let's go.
This is Judges chapter 4, verse 4. And Deborah, a prophetess, the wife of Lapidoth, she judged Israel at that time. Verse 5. And she dwelt under the palm tree of Deborah, between Ramah and Bethel and Mount Ephraim. And the children of Israel came up to her for judgment.
All right. Also skip to, let's start on 1. And read up to that point.
Go
ahead.
Judges 1:1. And the children of Israel again did evil in the sight of the Lord when Ehud was dead. And the Lord sold them into the hand of Jabin, king of Canaan, that reigned in Hazor, the captain of whose host was Sisera, which dwelt in Harosheth of the Gentiles.
Right. If just for reference, whatever did it say? This is Jabin at the brook of Kishon with Sisera in Psalms. This is what they're talking about here.
Verse 3. And the children of Israel cried unto the Lord, and he had 900 chariots of iron, and 20 years he mightily oppressed the children of Israel. Verse 4. And Deborah, a prophetess, the wife of Lapidoth, she judged Israel at that time.
Right.
Verse 5. And she dwelt under the tree, and she dwelt under the palm tree of Deborah, between Ramah and Bethel in Mount Ephraim. And the children of Israel came up to her for judgment.
Okay. So of course, reading this without your context or without a breakdown, you would think that this is a woman who has some sort of authority in Israel, some sort of charge in Israel. And, Israel would come up to her, I guess, for what, breakdowns? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they would come up to her for, but you understand? That's what they're trying to make it seem like she was a preacher. No, okay, just in the scripture itself here, this is you offer the sisters? You only offer the brothers and all. You offer the sisters cookies? Or you all on one none? Passover is done, you know. Y'all done fit in the dress already. I don't know what y'all look glorious in them dresses. Get them sisters a hand. But goddamn. Oh, the cookout coming up. You know, you're watching for the cookout. I feel you, sis. I feel it. So right here, in here, you already could cut them because why? What does it say in verse 5?
Verse 5. And she dwelled under the palm tree of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel and Mount Ephraim. And the children of Israel came up to her for judgment.
Right. The children of Israel came up to her under that palm tree for judgment. It didn't say she was in some building somewhere sharing a pulpit with somebody else. You get the point? Like this whole thing. Now they could try to align it and say, well, yeah, that's they came for church. They didn't say that either. They said it came for judgment, meaning in what is judgment here in this scenario? Right. Also, too, I know last week we did Easter and Pesach. That word is Pesach. You all need to brush up on your Hebrew. Both of you all conspired against me to make me doubt my Hebrew. Listen, I got my Hebrew Academy jacket in 2008. 2008, nigga. Where were you? Where were you in 2008? Nigga trying to tell me about Pesach. What are you talking about? Pesach is a car. It's a German car. That is Pesach. You understand? That's not the ha in Hebrew. Don't do that to me. I started to believe y'all. I was like, well, two or three is gathered. They must be right. Y'all was wrong. God damn it, Salakia. All right. Go ahead.
Kind. So like there's something online.
Shabbat Yahanna.
So you asked for judgment in this case? Would it be like more of a counsel advice, you know, and maybe in a matter of two different opposing opinions or something, who's right and who's wrong?
Could be, definitely that. Definitely. You cooking with that? Anybody else?
Oh.
Salaki, grab with the sister, right?
Salakia, sir, would it be that she was like the mother of Israel?
You could say that. Not the mother. The mother is giving her a title over everybody else. She was a mother, right? Just always remember, Israel, women don't have a authoritarian power. So anything that seems like that, it's not that. That's why Israel doesn't have queens. You get the point? Everybody else has a queen. The queen Vashti with the East Indians. You'll hear about a princess or a sister, but you'll never see in the culture of Israel a woman having authority. You get what I'm saying? Authority. God damn, that's a horrible word. Whatever. That type of power. You understand what I'm saying? Because of what happened in the garden. In the garden, that was the closest time that Eve had any sort of singular authority and any type of power on her own. After that, what's up?
So now I'm checking T-shirt out.
This nigga. It's Pasar, right? That's the new word for fly. It's Pasar. Good.
Actually, it's a card. What is it? OS.
You know, Friday is a Hebrew class. Did you know that?
I knew how
I get, today's Wednesday. It's my class. You get that one? It's my class, right? All right, so what? I just wanted to be sure because I could have had the days wrong. Maybe I came in here on Friday. And today is Friday, I just don't know. Could I continue? You mind? No, you can't. I was trying to be courteous. I was trying to be courteous. You can't. There's a tariff on raising your hands now. Because of Shabbat, there's a tariff now to ask questions. You all have to pay me to raise your hand. All right? Make me forget my goddamn point now. What the fuck was I saying?
The judgment.
The
judgment in this.
Right. That was the closest thing that Eve had to any kind of, single authority of power, which was in the garden, and you see what happened with it. Right? With power, you must be able to form judgment. right? And you must be able to weigh in the balance right versus wrong. You must be able to weigh in the balance what the spirit of what the Lord wants versus what you want. That's not something that you are required to be under that type of burden. It's a very burdensome something. You're not required to fulfill that burden any longer. So just in principle, anytime you see anything where when it comes to dealing with the work of the Lord, now of course a woman could be a head surgeon, she could be a head doctor, she could be whatever else in Esau's world, right? And here, those are offices for men, and it's like that for a reason. And we're gonna go into it with the judging and the judgments and stuff like that today. All right. So just in that sense, she would not have been a priest of the Lord. She would not have been a prophet of the Lord. All right. You give me what's judgment in this one, right? Both of you all said it. What she would be like a mother, like how a mother would judge between siblings. All right, you go to your mother and you complain, and she had to settle you down like kids. Could be like that. It could be what do you say? Like for counsel, like somebody who's there for counsel, because she's not a young woman in that society. She's a woman who's lived a little while, seen a few things, and is able now to direct your path a little better. All right. Okay, go ahead.
Someone online has something to say about this.
Someone
named Truth Setter says, but she did have authority. No, she broke down the law. This is before Paul. She judged regardless. She had authority to judge by God.
Where's that? Where's the authority to judge? Where's that? Also advertise that number so that they could call in. Sometimes it's better to let them say the foolishness than you read it. You make it sound sensible, Bukwash. That shit they're talking there, I need to hear that from their mouth. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so it's she was a prophetess.
Go ahead. Sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't want say this too, right? But would it be like she judging small matters too? Because I remember like with Moses, right? You know, with Moses when he bring the officers and them, right? He let them judge smaller matters, and with the bigger one, Moses was like to deal with the Mosai with the bigger matters.
Okay, kind of like that, but not specifically, because Moses said judge all matters, small and great, and anything. We're going to go into that too. He said anything that is too much for you to be able to bring it to me. Meaning anything you can't figure out, then you bring it up to Moses. That's your current court system today. That's why you have your lower court, your higher court of appeals, your circuit court. Yeah, the what's the other one with them big judges? Supreme Court. That's different levels of a judge with experience and authority. You get the point? And if this one can't be decided in the lower circuit, you have to take it up another one. In the Caribbean, they have you have the Caribbean Justice, and then you have the British Court of Justice, right? And in the islands, in their court system, certain cases go straight to England to get judged. And then some cases may go up to England, and England might say, listen, y'all deal with that nigga shit down there, and they send it right back down to the island to judge. You get the point? So that whole structure comes from the Bible. That means everything in modern life comes from the Bible. Everything that's a structure or organization, it really has biblical roots. All right. So she was a prophetess, not saying that she went out on the streets and prophesied. But if the Lord showed her something, it would be considered what? If the Lord shows you something, what's it called? A prophecy. If the Lord shows her something, what's it called? A prophecy. The Lord would have shown her something that would have come to pass. She would have said it. That's how she's a prophetess. She's not. All right, they all listen up. Somebody find me, the book of Nehemiah, something. Hold that, go here. She ain't doing that shit, nigga. If you want her to do that shit, you have a mental problem going on, right? I don't know the clinical word for it, but it's a stunted growth in you mentally, where you thrive for the woman to be mommy over you, and you don't want to be the one who's in charge of everything. All right. Anytime you see a man fighting for a woman to have that type of authority, he himself does not want the responsibility himself. He wants her to have it so he doesn't have the blame. So anytime you see these Christians talking about, well, a woman could be the prophetess. So whose fault is this these children getting molested? Yours or hers? Hers. Whose fault it is, the church, don't have money, or the church ain't, whatever going wrong. Whose fault it would be at that point? You get the point? That's what it is. That's who's that? Who's just touching on it? Who's that in the Bible? That's Adam. That's Adam. And that's why the Lord had to make a separation quickly. Because this shit here, that can't happen. He was never supposed to listen to her. He didn't want to take his responsibility. He says, Lord, it's the woman you gave to me. It's really her. It's not me. You understand? Okay. That's the spirit behind them Christians with that shit. All right. Let's keep reading on. Okay. Should probably might have to cut this back here a little bit up.
Verse 6. And she sent and called Barak, the son of Abinoam, out of Kadesh Naphtali, and said unto him, have not the Lord God of Israel commanded, saying, go and draw toward the Mount Tabor, and take with thee 10,000 men of the children of Naphtali and of the children of Zebulun, and I will draw unto thee to the river Kishon, to Sarah, the captain of Jabin's army, with the chariots and his multitude, and I will deliver him into thine hand. Again, this is what you read in Psalms 83, right? Psalms 83, right? Go ahead. Verse 8. And Barak said unto her, if thou wilt go with me, then I will go. But if thou wilt not go with me, then I will not go. And she said, I will surely go with thee, notwithstanding the journey that thou takest shall not be for thine honor. For the Lord shall sell Sisera into the hand of a woman. And Deborah arose and went with Barak to Kadesh. Right. So what's happening here? Come on, go ahead. Good luck you. So she got a prophecy saying that the Most High is going to deliver these heathens into your hand. All you got to do is go up there and do and act into the hand of a woman. That's what you need. That's what the Lord showed her in whatever vision, that these armies going to be delivered into the hand of a woman. A woman is going to be, what you would see is like two big hands and armies pouring in, just falling into, like she holding sand. That's what you would see in the vision, right? And people have visions today, but we so, unplugged from the Lord, we don't even realize that's a vision, much less to take the steps for a vision. There's steps you have to take for you to know if this is a vision or if you just had a little bit too much Ambien. You get the point? It said 500, nigga, not 2,000. You get the point? Okay. You want to go to a deep sleep, right? There's a step to take. So now she said, yeah, I'll go, because surely the Lord said these armies are going to be delivered into the hands of a woman, right? So now why did Barak ask her to go? Why did Barak say, if you go, I'll go. If you ain't going, I ain't going nowhere. Because the Lord Most High talked to her. Give me a little more. Give me a little bit more. the Most High told her the vision,
Mhm.
and according to what she's saying, you know, that these armies, these heathens, are going to be delivered into the hands of a woman.
Why would he say for her to go?
So like I said,
Go ahead.
like yeah, like it say in verse 5, you know, the children of Israel came up to her for judgment. She being, just as you know, with the sister draw reference, being a mother, you
Mhm.
know, the children of Israel will go for her to advice, you know, because who she learned from, like as you said, the men above her, right? So she would have being our older sister, she would have that you know foresight.
For war? To go to
No,
war?
not for.
If that's the case, we need to go empty them all them wheelchair on the podium. All right.
Yeah.
Anybody, you want to continue? Or you want to try again?
Nah, last that.
No
So-
sweat. Let me just grab a mic if you don't mind. I have a mic holder too. I always forget to look for it. It's just a little bit better to pass that thing around. We have a second one there, right? You could probably leave that one on that side on the chair somewhere, you know, and we just pass this one here. All right. It's just easier to walk around. It's up to you all right? Go ahead, sis.
What was it that she had a name with the heathens that they knew her?
Because remember, it don't say that here.
Do I need to turn this on?
You could just put it on the seat somewhere where you could reach it easily. Go ahead, sis.
So like you said, would it be because the only way the Most High would get honor for it is if she went?
No, that's not the only way the Lord gonna get honor. But you kind of onto it. But that's definitely not the. Don't put it so close to the edge, Salaki. I'm a mistake. The brothers will tell you I'm a stickler with equipment. Right? No. The real simple. All right. Somebody go ahead.
So like I said, I don't know if this right, but with the Levites and them, how did they say like how the Levites could had to marry Levites? It's because of the judge. I don't know if the judges and them just had to do the same thing with had a integrity with them judges marrying judges or something. So because of she and she husband.
No, I understand what you're saying, but no, not that at all. All right. Let me skip you all here. Let me see if this will help, right? Read verse 6.
Judges 4 and 6. And she sent and called Barak, the son of Abinoam, out of Kadesh Naphtali, and said unto him, have not the Lord God of Israel commanded, saying, go and draw toward Mount Tabor, and take with thee 10,000 men of the children of Naphtali and of the children of Zebulun?
All right. What's that? What's happening there?
She's reminding him of what the Most High said.
All right. That's the question. Not the Lord's like, didn't the Lord say do this? How does he know that?
Because she told him.
Because she told him. Them bitches in the church ain't coming to no man and telling them shit they see or hear or think. You understand? The Lord showed me this. The Lord showed Deborah this. She went and told Barak what the deal is. You understand? And then she sent for him again. Says, didn't the Lord say we had to do this? Now he's in turn like, I'll go to war if you going, because the vision you tell me is he gonna deliver the hands of the woman. If you ain't going, I ain't going nowhere. Barak ain't slow. He ain't stupid. You ain't sending him on no fool's run. You told me the Lord showed you in a vision. These armies of Jabin get delivered into the hands of a woman. It didn't even say her hands. It said delivered into the hands of a woman. Barak said, you a woman, you had a role with us. If you ain't going, I ain't going, because the prophecy said delivered into the hands of a woman. That's how a woman is a prophetess. A sister might have a dream too. She might have a vision. It could happen. But that don't mean she goes on a pulpit and starts speaking. She's an idiot if she do that shit. She is to do what?
Tell her husband or her father or whoever's ahead of her.
She would go tell a priest. She'd go see to tell a priest, which of course, her father, her husband, or a priest over the school, whatever it is. That's what should happen. You get the point? And that priest would be able to tell you what? Or that husband or father would be able to tell you what? If you had too many ambient, or if this is something the Lord is telling you, or, well, let's wait and see. You get the point? That's how that thing goes. In the Christian church, that does not happen. In the Christian church, you just looking for mommy. That's all that is. You just want a mother for your whole life. You know your mother can't wait to get you out of the damn house so she could walk around naked with her husband. Y'all don't know that. Your kids spoil the fun. Shit. You want to have the woman there for life? She trying to get rid of you, nigga. She trying to grow you up so you could leave. So she could go back to her life with her man. You busy there trying to make her a damn priest and prophet of the Lord. So what? So you could do what? Nothing? No, nigga. The work is for you. The blame is for you. The glory is for you. That's the life in Israel. You understand? That spirit in the Christian church is backwards. All right. So that's what happened here. She's a prophetess because the Lord showed her a vision and she went and she told the brother. Right? Let me see. I think there's another account of this too. Hold on. Give me from 13.
Judges 4 and 13.
Mm-hmm.
And Sisera gathered together all his chariots, even 900 chariots of iron, and all the people that were with him, from Harosheth of the Gentiles unto the river Kishon.
Mm-hmm.
And Deborah said unto Barak, Up, for this is a day in which the Lord hath delivered Sisera into thine hand. Is not the Lord gone out before thee? So Barak went down from Mount Tabor, and 10,000 men after him. Verse 15, and the Lord discomfited Sisera and all his chariots and all his hosts with the edge of the sword before Barak, so that Sisera lighted down off his chariot and fled away on his feet.
Mm-hmm.
But Barak pursued after the chariots and after the hosts unto Harosheth of the Gentiles, and all the hosts of Sisera fell upon the edge of the sword, and there was not a man left.
That's a prophetess job. She would tell that man what the Lord showed her, not go out and act on her own. Remember, she was there under that tree giving advice. You get the point? Giving advice, saying, well, listen, this is what you should do. You should go do this. You should go do that. Remember what the law said. She was not a preacher. She was a sister who had wisdom from being around for a long time. That happens. That happens a lot. You stick around long enough, and you would realize you just have the answers to damn near everything, because life doesn't change really. The problems you're experiencing now, for the most part, in 50 years, somebody when they're your age now is going to go through the same things. They're going to, come to you with the same, in general, issues, personal issues, and you'll be able to walk them through and be like, damn, how you know so much? And you start to remember when you was them asking the same question, right? It's just wisdom, and that's what she was doing under that tree, or in that spot. She made herself accessible to aid Israel, which is another thing that the Christian preachers don't do, especially their women. They're never accessible for nobody but Louis Vuitton and Lamborghini and them Birkin bags. That's all they're accessible for. But to come to try to help you do something, pray about it. The Lord helps those who helps themselves, and they're gone. You get the point? So it's definitely not that she had some sort of authority or was preaching. That's not it at all. All right. I believe that's about it. Was there any other reference to Bookwash?
Lie, sir.
You sure?
No, I'm not sure, sir.
Okay, no sweat, no sweat. Let's see. Let's get Luke 2 and 36. I'll take that one. Right, let's get Luke 2 and 36. All right. If anybody else have any questions, we'll get them ready, all right? Whoever have it, you could go ahead and read.
Luke chapter.
Go ahead.
Luke chapter 2 and verse 36. And there was one Anna, a prophetess of the daughter of Phanuel of the tribe of Asher. She was of great age and had lived with an husband 7 years from her virginity.
All right. So this is another what? Prophetess, right? They don't ever talk about Anna. Why they don't ever talk about Anna? I ain't never heard a Christian bring up Anna. They always talk about Deborah. Deborah, this, Deborah, that. Because the reference with Deborah, you know, if you're carnal, you would think she's in a position of power because of how she, you know, she was under that tree. Israel came to her. She went to the brother and said, had not the Lord did this? Just think if you're a black Christian woman and you see that phrase, and you call a man who's in charge of an army and not the Lord, what is the Christian broad thinking? How is that going? She's in her mind, she sees some big old 10-gallon hat bitch like this. Didn't the Lord tell you do this, boy? That's what she's seeing. That's not what the hell happened. But they carnal minded. So that's how they think it is. This woman here, Anna, was an Asherite sister in the temple when they brought Christ in to get circumcised, right? Which is letting you know what as well. It's a sidebar. Asherite woman in the temple when Christ coming.
That means part of at least part of Asher was still back in Kingdom of Judah.
Because by this time, remember the 9.5 tribes done left the Syrian captivity and is in America. Is in the land Ashereth. So not every single person left. You get the point? And that's how it is with Israel. It's not in totality. When they say everybody went into captivity, it's not every single last person. But when you look at it from a nation perspective, the bulk of people, the people you need to make a nation, that's who they take. And in the I forget which book is it, Chronicles or Kings, whoever know I'm talking about, you could find it where it says the Syrian king came and he took all Israel away. He took the blacksmiths and the carpenters and this one and that one. He named certain professions, but the scripture said all Israel because that's what you need for a nation. And even in today's society, the white man takes the best of us. He takes our doctors, he takes our lawyers, he takes our genius teachers, he takes our prodigy sons and daughters. He takes, you know, our super athletes for his nation, and we don't have nothing left. That's why we have a kind of affinity to celebrities, because really, in a way, that's what you need for a nation. That's what makes a nation. You get the point? Without that, what's left? Us. We are what's left. This is another sidebar. This is when Christ came, when they said his own, he came to his own and his own rejected him not. He went to his own rejected him. They didn't, they accepted him not. He went to the leaders of his people who Esau took, and they rejected him. So who was left? Us. Go to the highways and the byways. Go to the lame, the crippled, the sick. Bid anybody who would come now, because he's supposed to come on the scene and go to the leaders of Israel. and let them know, because the leaders would have been what? Watching for what? On topic. Watching for prophecy. Except, raise your hand high. They'll be watching for prophecy of this king that is to come. Remember, that was the prophecy. The leaders would have been watching for that. He came to them. They accepted him not. So he had to say, you know what? All right, niggas. I know what I'll do. I'll go get out the mud. Go ahead.
Just like the generals watching out for the prophecies that's supposed to come during the end time, and they're letting the people know, look out for these things and prepare for these things.
Because that's who we are. What's left. That the big-headed bougie Christians, they done joined to Esau society, right? That's another thing with this DEI. I understand the impact of it for sure, but who the fuck does DEI really affect?
White women.
No, not on true, but not in that context. The whole DEI. Okay, does DEI bother you? In your slavery, you're driving that Uber, or you're in that grocery store, or you're in that office, filing paper. Does that bother you? That shit don't bother you. That bothers some big-headed nigga professor up in Harvard, in Yale. You get the point? Okay. All them niggas in the federal government. You understand? They're the ones who mad as shit. We don't give a damn. What? DEI, is that some new tax? What we talking about? Is that some kind of stimulus check we getting? You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Like, though they integrated into Esau society so much, we the ones who left. And we are who Christ came for. You get the point? So now this sister Anna, she was left behind, not her specifically, but some descendant. She's a descendant of somebody who was left from since 2 Kings and the Apocrypha, right? A remnant of Asher, a remnant of whoever was left behind. And now you have this sister Anna, and she's in the temple, a prophetess, meaning what? She's working in the temple. It tells you that in the next verse. Read on to the next verse, sir. Whoever was reading.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Luke chapter 2 and verse 37. And she was a widow of about 84 years, which departed not from the temple, but served the Most High with fasting and prayers night and day.
Go ahead.
Verse 38. And she coming in that instant gave thanks likewise unto the Lord, and spake of him to all them that look for redemption in Jerusalem.
Right? You see, she was one left behind. And what was she doing? Looking for that prophecy. That's why it says, and she coming in that instant gave thanks likewise unto the Lord, and spake of him to all that looked for redemption in Jerusalem. She's there in the work. You understand? As they come in, she telling them about the Most High and everything he doing, and she's, just think like a sister who's around. Hey, brother, how you doing? Some. You need anything to eat? Man, good thing you come in here, man. The Lord, he never turned his back on Israel. Something. What they should be doing in the church, which they don't. They do it on the left-hand side. You get the point? They peer pressure you into marrying some slut who done been around the whole church. The pews had their way with her. They pressure you into doing some shit and going in the church and, signing a document and a ring and crying and rice and all kind of shit, knowing she holding on you, knowing them kids ain't yours. They pressure you into that shit. Instead of on the right side, they would be telling you about, how you should come in here and the brothers is brothers and you could pay your tithes and you could go to war and, the Lord ain't never ever forsake us. You get the point? That's what she would be doing, and that's what Anna did, and they call her prophetess for it. She also married young, right? She had a husband. Read verse 36 again.
Luke chapter 2 and verse 36. And there was one Anna, a prophetess of the daughter of Phanuel of the tribe of Asher.
Right, just so you know, it's the same name. Just so you know, Hannah. You know the word Hannah. It's Anna. It's the same thing. I think it means humble. It's in the Hebrew, it's kana, right? In the Hebrew, it's kana, I believe. All right, go ahead.
She was of great age and had lived with an husband 7 years from her virginity.
Right, she was of a great age. I mean, the sister was older, but she lived with her husband. She's a widow, and she lived with her husband 7 years from her virginity. Meaning what? What's the years of her virginity? What does that mean? Ain't nobody too quick to talk now. What you say, Pastor? Huh? You ain't want to say one more thing? You're drinking water now? Huh? Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
It means once she was of marriageable age, from that point, 7 years, that's when she got married.
No, she lived with him 7 years from that point. Meaning when she became of marriageable age. What is that? What's marriageable age? Come on now. You're careful. You're careful now. The internet is unforgiving. Go ahead. That old nasty motherfucker. He's definitely a sodomite. Yeah, I see that broad face. That broad she don't look too feminine in the face, you know. She don't look, you know, she ain't one of them Baywatch girls. That broad look like she in the gym lift the whole thing with her face. Her face strong as shit. You can't put a helmet on that motherfucker. That bitch she got a good strong face. Like that's not, you know, like if he's attracted to that thing, a sister is too feminine for him. She's not, for a guy like him, a sister is not gonna get him going. He need that type of thing to be feminine. You get the point? That's why, you know, he had to choke her and tie her up and abuse her. You saw the text message where she saying, "Come abuse me." Oh, goddamn, man. Come abuse you. I call her 911. You text me that shit. I say, yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on here. But he's going there and doing it because he's a deviant. The things that she will do, a sister is not doing. A sister is like, nigga, you hate me if you're doing this shit to me. You get the point? She's not doing that thing. She's not, you know, that's a Sakari shit. You know what I mean? It's just he's the white bitch begging for the, you know, Sakari is the OnlyFans girl, and his rib is the Shannon Sharp. You understand what I'm saying? That's why she's making videos just like Shannon Sharp make the videos. Y'all ain't seen the parallel. Y'all seeing it or y'all not seeing it? You saw? It's lucky. I'm stretching it out. Go ahead. Go ahead. What you was gonna say?
Oh God! No, I would say a marriageable age is when her father says that she's ready to be married off.
I think that's the most perfect answer. You can't go wrong with that. A father who's in the truth. You hit that light over on the right side. A father who's in the truth, all right? Because you had them fathers in that, you know, great millstone. They said an 11-year-old could be married, which is not true. That's a good answer. A marriageable age is, okay, a woman's virginity, a virgin is just a young woman, whether she had sex or not, who is of marriageable age, meaning she's done past the time of her flower, not in her flower, but past the time, meaning there's an age a girl usually starts to get her menstrual cycle, right? It varies, especially nowadays with all this food we eat, and sometimes 8, 9 years old, they start to bleed. But typically, you know, older school might have been 13, 12, 13. They start getting the cycle. If they're into sports and not just like, you know, occasional Sunday, if they're athletes, they regular athletes, they'll get the cycle later because a woman's body is not like a man's body. A woman's body needs a certain percent of body fat to function right, for the hormones to be right and stuff like that. And the sports keeps their body fat down, so they mature later. Them gymnasts is extreme with that thing. Like them Simone Biles, how tiny she is. That's just her body structure. But you see how lean they are? That's not normal for a woman. That's not a normal thing for a woman. A woman, she has to be able to produce food for the child. And that comes from her body composition. She has to have a certain amount of body fat for her body to run normally with the hormones and stuff. You get the point? So a girl, she starts to have a cycle, whatever age it is, she's still in it. Her body develops more and more and more. She gets more mature mentally. Her father is going to judge now, okay, she's she might be ready to start to court now. Let me see how she's in a courtship. That's usually around maybe 19, 20, 18 if the father thinks she's mature. But around that age, you start letting her get open the gate damn near and entertaining fully a brother coming to court her. It's still some time before you let him marry. You get the point? Laban made Jacob work 7 years, right? And then another 7. Tell a nigga that today he gone. General say 6 months. He talking about ain't no man can tell me what to do. Laban said 7 years, nigga. I'm gonna change my name to Labana. You know I got some daughters. Hey, Captain Mashak, who's that? You know Captain Mashak? My name is Laban, brother. I am Laban. Oh, I didn't know that. Yes. Yep. You know what my favorite number is? 7. He'd be gone. You get the point? So it's a process, it's a time. And by the time you go through that whole thing, she's done past her flower, meaning there's a time when the flower is blooming. It's still it ain't fully open. It's not fully there. It's still the green, I forget what that part of the plant is called. You know, at the bottom of a flower, you have the green thing, the cup it's in. You know what I'm talking about? The bud, that's what it's called? Could be. The flower budding. Yeah, that's what it's called, budding. He was right. It's budding, right? And it still holds the flower, and then it opens, it fully opens. Just think in the spirit where she's not ready, she's still budding. Like, what you trying to go do with her at that point? You just a nasty old Shannon Sharp motherfucker at that point. And somebody gonna put you in the ground too. Somebody gonna put you in the ground for that shit. I'm just telling you straight up. So you want to give her time. Now, once she's at that point of her, past the flower of her virginity, and she's ready to marry, this is where the sister was, Anna, here. She married her husband, and she had her husband for 7 years, and he died 7 years after. So just think, he probably died when she was 25 to 27, if you want to think about it. And that's a very young age. You're just getting in the marriage at that point. You're really just starting to understand each other. You could have arguments and still sit and watch TV. You get the point? It ain't like at that stage. It's not the nigga, I hate you, slam the door, walk outside, you ain't talking to each other, blocking. You all done been through something for some years. So now y'all could, have an argument. She still cook your food, you still change the oil. You all right? You good? Yeah, I don't like that shit no motherfucker. All right, no problem. I ain't gonna do that again. You be good? They in that state and then the husband die. And that could be devastating for a young woman. And she could now go remarry. She did not remarry. She decided she gonna stay among the priests. Because these brothers came in and took care of her and gave her purpose like her husband would have. And she said she ain't marrying another brother again. But she'll stay here in the work of the Lord, and she'll serve the Lord and tell everybody about this place, and they should come and submit to the men in this place. That's a prophetess. Now, think about some old Christian woman in church and see if she's close to that. No. The husband alive and she remarrying. She remarrying while he alive. Much less dead. He probably, he in the funeral, they put anybody down into the ground. She getting consoled by the new nigga. So much, she getting consoled so much, she had to tell them, chill a little bit. Just let her cry because everybody will know. But some fool want to tell me that the prophetess in the Bible, these sisters, is them bitches in the church. They're not. You just want a mommy. You need some milk. you just want a woman to rule over you for the rest of your life. You want no responsibility. Can't be like that, brother. Can't be like that. Get the point? This sister served in the temple all the way through and served into her age. Served in the temple. And because of that, she was able to witness Christ coming in. Read 39 and 40. Whoever reading.
Luke chapter 39 and verse 4. Luke chapter 2 and verse 39. And when they had performed all things, according to the law of the Lord, they returned into Galilee to their own city, Nazareth. Verse 40. And the child grew and waxed strong in the spirit, filled with wisdom, and the grace of the Most High was upon him.
Right? So she was able to witness them bringing Christ into the temple. All right? You read that whole thing, you realize that's what it was just talking about there. All right? She brought Mary brought Christ into the temple on the 8th day, I believe, to be circumcised. Anna was there and she witnessed it. All right. Good. Let me get some more. So now, unless there's more questions, is there any other questions then?
Question, sir.
All right, go ahead. Let me hear it.
It's from I War But God. Says, Salaki, sir, can I get a breakdown on Matthew 25, 1 through 13? Why the advance, sir?
All right, we'll get to that. Anything else?
That's it, sir.
No sweat. Let me get some more with this. All right. So now you get the breakdown, the whole thing, what a prophetess would be, right? For all intents and purposes, a prophetess is just a sister in the school, a sister, who's been around. I ain't gonna just say any sister. A sister who's been around in the school. She's been around the body for a while. She knows our way. She knows our protocol. She knows how we operate. And that way, she doesn't have authority like a brother to pull you aside and Admadiam Shabbatak, Shammai. Why you do that? You know better. She don't have the authority to check you. But she could, she could use her wisdom and her skill and her femininity to be like, oh, Salakia, brother, 1 second, let me, you could sit right here. Oh, Salakia says that, I'm not too sure about that. I could check on that. Or you could check on it. She could, impart her wisdom in a way that's without authority, but she's still being a help. And whatever the Lord shows her, guess what she does? She calls. She's in class asking the questions. Well, I had this dream and this is what happened. You get the point? And you get it interpreted, whether this is an actual dream or this is just, just sleep. You just, you're watching too much Netflix. And that's all that is. This is not a real thing. You fell asleep on, on power. That's why you thought somebody was in the house. You get it? It happens. It happens. So that's really what she would be. That's what Deborah would be, not your preacher. All right. Now give me all the milk ones that we used to. Give me a suffer not a woman to teach. All right. It was 1 Timothy 2 and 12. Give me that. Give me also Leviticus 15. Give me that. Give me 1 Corinthians 11 and 3. Is it? Or 3 and 11? 11 and 3. I write all those things down. I don't want to forget none, all right? 15. Leviticus. No, I don't want Leviticus first. I want suffer not a woman to teach. 1 Timothy 2 and 12. Leviticus 15, somewhere around 15. I think we probably had to start a little 15 and 15. Yeah, I could have figured it out. And the other one is 1 Corinthians 11 and 3. There's a few more too. Go ahead, sis. Yeah, go ahead, do your thing. Go ahead, do your thing. (11 and 3). There's definitely a couple more. We'll get them, all right? All right, but let's get that 1 Timothy. All right. If you need the other mic too, you could always grab it from your sisters. Just run it back over when it's time, all right?
1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence.
All right. That's plain as day. You ask any Christian that, the same one who was typing off in the chat, we have a number you could call. What's the number, Bukash?
The number is 202-989-1950.
202-989-1950. you could call and ask a question directly. Be respectful, because you know we ain't got to tolerate it. And you know, let me hear what you're saying, and so I can help you out, because it's absolute nonsense that you would say, you know, she would have authority to teach the word of the Lord and authority over men. That's not the type of people we are. I understand that there are people like that. The Hindus is like that. Damn near the Muslims is like that. Them woman is like, you know, deities up in there. It's like a woman in Islam is like, you know, one of them animals in Hinduism. The cow and the rat and shit, you see how they move? That's damn near, she could do no wrong. You can't do anything to her. That's damn near how it is in Islam. You get the point? So in certain religions and cultures and people, I understand that the women have that type of authority, and they have a certain amount of power and rule over you. Not in here. Here's a totally different place. Here's a place where just the valuable things get protected and get put away and hidden, and we lay our lives down for, and we'll take a life for that valuable thing. In your instance, the valuable thing, you give it power and authority, which is why your houses are in a mess, why your church is a mess. You get the point? Go ahead.
You also want to keep in silence in church.
I believe that's here. Give me that. Give me that one. All right. All right. So give me 1 Timothy again.
1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
But I suffer not a woman to teach.
Start at 11.
Verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection.
All right. Captain Shapar, boy, he was hard on sisters, brother. They thought Shapar hated women, and Shapar loved them sisters. And he would be in DC, and he would beat this for about a half hour. Let the woman learn in silence. What? Silence. What? Silence. And they would be going crazy. Crazy. Because it's so, the Christian church does not breed, the type of woman that's good for a society. You get the point? The type of woman and man you become in the Christian church, you're unprofitable for a society. You're totally unprofitable for society, which is why we end up serving everybody else. But we're not good to build our own. We're not good to resist and stand on our own because of the Christian church. It says, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection, not some subjection, not partial subjection. It says all subjection, meaning what? She's submitting herself to what she's being taught. You get the point? She can ask a question. Does it mean all silence means she can't ask a question? Does it mean that? No, she can raise her hand and ask a question. She could ask 10 questions. She could say, Salaki, I didn't understand this thing here. Okay, this thing here, it says one thing, but it seems like it's saying something else. Could you break that down again? She can ask all that, and all that would be answered. But the minute you start to turkey neck and say, well, that don't make no damn sense, and that ain't gonna work for me, and the rest of y'all in here, yeah, you'll be lifted out this place quickly to keep the peace. See that pillar there? That's my favorite pillar. That pillar don't move. That pillar don't say nothing. That pillar barely shed paint. I love that motherfucker right there. And some old dragon bitch is disturbing that pillar's peace there. And for the sake of that pillar, I have to remove her. She got to go. She got to go, brother. That pillar there is, been here day one, longer than me.
Like, I saw you have a lot of patience, when it comes down to it, though.
I had to learn that patience, brother. Yes. I had to learn. I get checked a whole lot, brother. You ain't never get somebody dissect your tape in front of you. You ain't never had that shit. I had to learn. I told you I lived with General Katham.
Okay.
I lived with General Katham. We had all the generals coming down, from Philly, the Command General Yahanna, General Mahayman, General Mayak. You get the point? Captain Tar War. At that time it was Captain Officer Haas, but he's of course general now. So the critique we would get would be, very, very meticulous. And I seen them battle some shit out that I thought for sure we getting it in today. But this nigga deserved to go see the doctor. He due for a checkup. And I seen some patients, brother, and shit. The generals them had patients with me as well. So what the hell I look like going on the street or teaching something and not having the same patients back? Like that would be hypocritical. Get the point? That would be for the Lord to remove any blessing he ever gave to me. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you get the point. Go ahead, all right, go ahead, caller.
Not muted.
313-352. You on?
Hello?
Go ahead, caller. I can hear you. What's your name?
Salaki. Salaki. I had this is Salaki, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. This is Beth Gad. I did ask a question online, and Salaki, I did not know. I'm sorry. I'm Salaki. I'm just trying to anyway, Salaki, I was not trying to be on the line. And I'm so sorry.
No. You did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. If you have a question, you could ask me this.
Salaki, I can't hear you.
Say again?
I can't hear. Salaki, I cannot hear you.
Okay, are you talking into the phone?
Yes.
Okay, listen to me through the phone. Don't listen on the computer, because you're live. So listen to me on the phone. All right.
I'm speaking on a Bluetooth. Hold on. I'm trying to. You said. Can you repeat that, sir? Because I didn't hear you.
No sweat. I'm saying just listen to me on the phone. Did you have a question for the class or for myself, Salah?
Okay. The water for letting you know, I'm so sorry. I am not trying to be disrespectful or rude. I'm just trying to get myself right with Yahweh.
No problem. Ain't no problem at all. Was you the one with the question with Deborah?
No, it was Matthew 25, 1-13.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get to that. I'm coming to that one. I took note of it. I haven't started to answer that one yet. I'm still answering the one with Deborah because the Christians think that women could be preachers, but this is not you. I haven't answered your question yet at all.
Oh, okay. So I just said I'm like in and out cleaning up and other stuff. And
no problem. Ain't no sweat. I'm gonna get to your question shortly. All right.
Oh no, I thought I was out of line for asking the question.
No, not at all. You're not out of line at all. You're not Christian, are you? Right?
I can't. Salaki, I didn't hear you.
I said you are not a Christian, correct?
No.
Well, how on earth could you be out of line, sis? Only these Christians are out of line.
Con.
No, you perfectly fine. You perfectly fine. I'm still dealing with them Christians from the beginning. I ain't get to your question yet, but I'll get to it shortly. Give me about 20 minutes.
Okay. Con.
All right, no sweat, sis. All right, shalom.
The water.
I understand. All right.
Muted.
Oh, Salaki says, go ahead, yeah, do your thing. So where we at? Right? Let her learn in all subjection. So now a sister can ask a question, just like the sister had to ask a question. Now there's places she would call and they would blaze on her or make her feel foul for interrupting. That's not what this is talking about here. This is talking about a combative spirit, which most Christian women have. They can't be told nothing. They don't ever want to listen. And Lord forbid they listen and figure out they're wrong. It's now we hitting the maze now. They're going to go through the maze on your
muted.
You get the point? Keep reading. You got somebody else? Okay.
1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence.
Right. Keep going.
13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve.
Go ahead.
And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety.
Right. That's what that's what the Lord gave as conditions for how a sister should be. Get the point? She's gonna have to listen. She gonna come on, Bakwa. She
Muted.
somebody calling again? Someone is calling?
No.
Okay, no, sir.
Someone should call.
That's fine. I mean, we'll get to him, but the music, you know what I mean? Go ahead.
It's like if I made that, it always escapes me that should be saved in childbirth.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm right around it, but it's like the exact breakdown for that very part.
Okay. From the transgression from Eve, it's like, okay, with Adam, what do we have to go through now because of Adam?
We know the evil of sin.
We get punishments, right? We know the punishment, but what else? You might be, honey.
So like you said, it's part of the punishment was tilling the ground,
And today, would that be what?
working.
Working. That slavery you got, that's thank Adam for that shit. That slavery you have. Now, you would have still had to, do some sort of labor, but not like, what you're doing now. You get the point? You working for 3 people sometimes, right? Those of you who are old enough to remember that when the economy crashed in 2008 and 9 with the Lehman Brothers, you all remember that shit? All these companies started doing a skeleton crew, right? They cut the workforce by 40, 50, sometimes 60%. And what they did was they kept some young workers and majority senior workers. And the senior workers would have had to train the young workers. So let's say you have a 30-man workforce. Now you're down to 10. And you might have 6 senior people, executive managers, 10, 15 years on the game. And you have 4 who just come. They'll train them up. And now they all doing 2 and 3 people's job in one. You get the point? And really, America's just kept that even though the economy picked back up. Which is why your workload is so heavy, and it's like, damn, I ain't getting paid for all this shit because they never really came out of it. So that slave you got, the way our lifestyle is because Adam sinned. You get the point? And that's something we carry today. That's why the Lord said, what? Come unto me, ye heavy laden, for my burden is light. It's still a burden, but it's a bit lighter here. It's different. You're going slave, and your mind ain't going to be as defeated as somebody in the world. You all two doing the same job. This nigga, he contemplating suicide. You in there like, damn, this white man's the devil. Some. Hey, brother, how you doing? You pleasant, you happy. You pissing everybody off because somehow you ain't as oppressed. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You always in a good mood. No, I ain't. I'm just, whatever. You get the point? It's different. Because of Adam, our life today is different. So with sisters, because of Eve, their life is different, right? Part of their burden is what? In sorrow and pain, you're going to bring 4 children, right? Which is, for a woman, childbirth is hard. It's what's called labor. When an elephant drop a calf and don't say nothing, don't yell, nothing. You can go. I've seen one just the other day. They showed the video. The elephant just dropped the calf like nothing, like a bag of potatoes, and just start covering the blood with the dirt, and all the other elephants join around, and they didn't make no noise, no trumpet, nothing. But her sister in there, she's screaming down the ward for 10 hours. That's part of her burden from Eve. You get the point? Some sisters don't have it that difficult. Some sisters, they go in there 20 minutes, the baby out. Some sisters, you in there for the day. That's just it. It's just go in there and go to camp. That's all I can tell you. Go to camp. It's over when it's over. So now it's saying, nevertheless, she'll be saved in childbearing, meaning what would restore her to a point is her, for one time in her life, not being selfish. That would restore her. You get the point? It would make her spirit right. It would help her. She'll be saved in childbearing. Like in hug and to bear a child, what would she first have to do? Come on, Pasa. What's up, Pasa? That's not a car. It's a ha. Come on, Pasa. Yeah, you're laughing. Come on. Who knows? What does she first have to do? Go ahead.
She has to let a man humble her.
She has to, okay, even before that, I'll take that one, but even before that, she has to submit to him.
Right.
When Kazak said a man humble her, he's talking about she has to let a man have sex with her. But even before that, she has to yield to this brother for this brother to even want to marry her. That whole process, it's going to help her. That whole process of her going from daddy to this man. She had to go through that process. Why? She wants a child, right? Rebecca and Leah, you ain't hear no issue about them, arguing. What was they arguing about? Who knows? Who remembers? Come on. The root, the mandrake. They wasn't arguing over the mandrake. The mandrake was just there. The mandrake is a root. What was they really arguing over? Go ahead, sis.
So like you said, were they arguing about who got the most sex out of him?
No. I thought he was gonna give it to me. Don't worry, sis. We're gonna help you out. We're gonna help you all the way out. I thought she was gonna give it to me. I dropped my ice cream with that answer. My ice cream on the ground upside down. The answers all over my ice cream with that answer there. So like, I'm like, the little kid putting his scoop up, you missed the damn cup. God damn. You could get enough sex out of it. I see you want a man to be a machine. So that's not enough. More. God damn. Go ahead, Yahanna. Go ahead. You are the answers. Go ahead.
Was it who was going to have the first child? His first child?
It's who could have had sex with him because they wanted a child. One of them wanted a child before the other. And they had an argument, not a full fist fight, but they had an argument and they had to come to a trade like, you could get him this night. I'll trade you my night for this thing and then give me the mandrake. That's what they was beefing over. Because in Israel, being married and having a child for a woman that's damn near everything. Like having a man, you have to remember, you think about your grandparents' time, the music was, she have a man. Even some of them sisters, there's one sister, I always forget her name. She say, half a man is better than none. That's the song. Half a man is better than none. There's another old school song. I'm going to find this and post it. The whole song, she arguing with the dude, telling him to leave, get out the house. He pack up to go. She said, no, stay. And the rest of the song is her saying, stay. And she come and bring him back in the house. The whole thing, them Latino tribes is heavy into that as their culture. You'd hardly ever find like a sister from the 9.5 tribes from the Latin community in her 20s, single and without kids. They're already married and got 4 or 5 kids. They're at the park. You look at her, how old are you? 24, and she got 4 or 5 kids already. And she's married, and it's for them with being without a man is like something's wrong with you, with her. You get the point? That's how it was for us. So now you put all of that together, the whole process of it. In childbearing, she can be saved, which is why it's so evil how Esau has it for us with this abortion and you don't need no man and, I'm independent, INDEP. That's so evil because doing the opposite is how you get saved. It's how you really now restore yourself to some sort of respect. You get the point? And the man has his process too, but for this thing here, that's it. Nevertheless, she'll be saved in childbearing, right? If she continues in faith, charity, which is brotherhood or sisterhood, and holiness with sobriety. So not just marrying the brother and having the child is the vehicle, but she had to continue in it. Like now her whole life is committed to this thing. That's how she gets saved. So it's not just the childbearing, this thing, the whole process. Go ahead. You might want to need mic, all right?
Amabot said Betty Wright.
Betty Wright is one?
No, it's the name of the.
Is the name of the? It's two of them. I don't know if she sing the two songs, right? But it's. I think it's. I'll reference two songs. If Betty Wright is right or white, right. You could go look it up. Betty Wright. I think Half a Man is better than none. It's a good ass song. All right, make it your ringtone if you need to. It's a lot. All right. So you have that. So again, that's not your Christian woman, because Christian mamas is telling you what, child, leave that nigga alone. Go experience the world. Why are you marrying him? You so young. Go home, because she miserable. She can't stand to see you with a man. The fact that this man loves you and no man loves her, something wrong. So she has to make sure your shit don't work. She has to, and Lord forbid it do work out. Good night, brother. Lord forbid it do work. She gonna want to see your kids, those her grandbabies now. But the nigga who put the grandbabies in you, put the big black baby in you, according to Shannon Sharp. The bitch say, Shannon, I need you to put a big black baby in me. It's like, yikes, goddamn. That's what you want, Shannon? Shit. Right? But the nigga who actually get her pregnant, they don't respect that, man. Them Christian women in the churches, they're not judges. They're not, right. You get the point? What else we have here? Let me Leviticus 15 quickly. 1 Corinthians, go ahead.
What verse, sir? You can start at verse 1?
No. Give me like 15, verse 15 or 16 or something.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 15, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
And the priest shall offer them, the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering.
Mm-hmm.
And the priest shall make and
skip down one.
Verse 16. And if any man's seed of compilation,
skip down one.
Verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 17. And every garment and every skin whereon is the seed
skip
of.
Down one.
Verse 18. The woman also with whom man shall lie with seed of.
Next verse.
They shall both bathe themselves in water.
Is that 19?
Verse 19.
Uh-huh.
And if a woman have an issue, and her flesh be blood,
mm-hmm.
she shall be put apart 7 days, and whosoever toucheth her shall be unclean until the evening.
Right. So now this is talking about what? A sister's menstrual cycle, right? She has an issue in her body, and the issue is blood. She has to be put apart 7 days. Every woman goes through this. Ideally, it would be once a month or once every 30 days, 28 to 30 days or so. Some women is different. Again, depends on the age, depends on their physicality, their how active they are, the diet. It could change. You know what I mean? And of course, today with all these drugs and what is it called, them birth control stuff, it alters their menstrual cycle. All right, but the ideal thing is once a month or once every 28 to 30 day period. It would happen. They have to be put apart for 7 days, and they would, not have to function as normal in society, because why? She's losing blood. Her losing blood means what for her? From the fellas, not the sisters. I know you all know. What does that mean for her? There's one thing that means. And this is the proof of how evil Esau is. Esau want you working even in that. Her losing blood means what? You don't give me no answers, boy. These sisters under pressure, boy. Go ahead.
No, she's unclean.
Well, she is unclean, but that's what I want. That's down near what I want to get to you. She's unclean, but there's still other things going on. She ain't just go in the corner, bro. Stay over there. Could you pass me a cup of tea? You hook up the tea to the broom. you like this. Don't do that. Don't do that to her. Go ahead.
I mean, she's not carrying a child.
Well, of course she's not carrying a child, but there's something else. Just think normally. She's losing blood.
She's on the rest.
Why?
Because life is in the blood.
Life is in the blood. She's losing blood. She's gonna be weak for a time now. She ain't gonna be feeling all the way full of energy, high energy, can't focus. It varies for different women. But just think if you're bleeding for 7 days out, or 3 or 4 days out of the 7, whatever it is, it's not normal. You're losing blood. Your body feels different. After a time, they get used to the change, but she ain't at 100. She's not operating like that at 100. Much less everything else that's going on. And ESO still wants you to come to work. When you should have 7 days paid leave. Like how there's maternity leave, or she's on menstrual leave, or some other fly name they make up for it. And guess what that would do for the workforce? What could happen every month for somebody? They could get a job back. You in some college somewhere, or you high school graduate, this department, these women up in there working, they're unclean for a certain time. You could come and fill in for a week every month, and that's the internship. You get the point? Like, our society is going to be way better than theirs, much better than theirs. You know what I mean? Women today would not oppose being separate for a week. Imagine being separate for a week. You just chill. Take care of your hygiene, eat whatever you want, catch up on your sleep, rest, and you come back, it's done. You come back to work rejuvenated. You get the point? Instead, now you got to figure out how to jump on the bus, go out through the damn snow if you ain't got no car, ride the bus with some, whatever. Your stomach turned upside down. You have a headache. You on the train with these people in the summertime. You know what they smell like in the summertime. And you trying to keep yourself from throwing up just because you ESO getting your check. No, just take the 7 days, sis. It's okay. Take the 7 days. It's all right. You ain't got to be around people. No accidents need to happen publicly. We ain't talking about that shit. Some shit happen. Shit spill. Now what she had to do? Sit there and put the, jacket over her and walk and feel the shame of it. The fuck, stay in the house, man. Now, you some Christian preacher on the pulpit. What we doing for 7 days while you bleed? What the fuck we doing? Just waiting? Come on.
Slock, sir. I remember like a few weeks ago we was talking about mentally ill, and you brought up like the sisters, and you was like, man, some of them, they come on a period, like they going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just that week, I saw a sister walking down the street, and she, was homeless. She came on a period. You see it all on the back of her pants, and obviously she was sitting on her shirt because the shirt she had to put on had it on it too.
You talking about the Israelites who homeless or they might be mentally unstable in the street, and how she gonna take care of herself when she's on her cycle. Yeah, it's a rough thing. It's a rough situation in the wrong society. In the right society, I mean, it's glorious. It's a glorious thing. And when I say glorious, I mean in this society, brother, a young girl starts bleeding, she's immediately in shock. She didn't want to tell nobody. She goes home. The mother find out she bleeding. Now the mother's like, oh Lord, she could get pregnant. You start thinking of that. In here, brother, she started bleeding, brother. You damn near could throw a party for your daughter. There's a lot to celebrate. She made it to the age of womanhood without being molested. Just feel that for a second. Like, damn. You done went through all this time and not near nigga touch you. Go to, do they still have what's the one that used to be anymore that sell all the soaps and the body works? Bath and Body Works. Do they still have that? Or that's out of business. Man, you gotta go down there and buy the biggest basket and the fluffiest towels and bunnies and all her feminine products are, and you gotta make that shit so normal for her and show her it in the Bible how it's supposed to be. Like, that's what our society would do. That's what a good judge would do. But these Christian bros, the first thing they could think about is now she's going to be fast. Now all the men, the Christian mama cycling, this girl now might attract them because she's younger. And she marriageable age now. And don't come in here with no baby. What we talking about? You get the point? The society is just is jammed up. It's jammed up. And then some idiot don't tell me a woman had to be on the, she deserves to be a preacher. She should teach. No. You need a mommy. You could get one, but just not here. Right? Where we at? We good? Right. So that's it. So during that time, the church, I guess, go have to shut down if she's a preacher. You get the point? Because she's unclean. She can't come into the church. She has to stay separate. She can't be a preacher. She's not built for that thing. Right? She can't be a priest of the Lord. A priest of the Lord has several duties. Your high holy days. Preparing the meat for the Passover. Sometimes executing somebody. You get the point? Samuel was a priest of the Lord, right? And the prophet Samuel, he was the prophet direct with Saul, right? Shema wa Allah, right? When Saul spared that Amalekite king, Agag, Samuel drew that sword, brother, and put Agag into pieces. He cut Agag up into chitterlings. That's it? What's it? Death by 1,000 cuts. Samuel chopped him up, and he begged. A sister ain't doing that shit. What are we talking about? How's she swinging this sword? What's she doing? You get the point? Like, what the Christians, what they do is they dishonor women. A woman has a place and a role and a position, and that's to be honored. A man has a place and a role and position that is to be honored. And once those two things are honored, we're going to have a right society. When you try to dishonor the roles, that's when society crumbles. Everything has a place. Everything. You're not going to buy a car with all the tires on the back seat. You're gonna walk out of the dealership like, them niggas crazy. Like, what the hell I'm supposed to do with that shit? So why are you trying to put things in other positions? Like, what are you doing that for? Let me get 1 Corinthians 11:3 quick.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of every woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. Right?
That's just the order of things. The head of every man is Christ, the head of every woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. That's the order of things. The Lord did not put it any other way. Christians don't understand what they're talking about. All right, what else we have? 14 and 34, what was that one? Let me hear it.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 34. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also faith saith the law. So like it.
Read that one more time.
Kind of verse 34. Let the woman keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law.
All right. So now, keeping silence in the churches, does that mean, again, they can't answer questions? Does that mean they can't, take a shot at trying to break something down? That's not what that's saying, and that's what the Christians would like you to believe. They'll read this and say, see, this is, you can't believe everything man right. All of a sudden, the Bible ain't good. You know what I mean? Keep silent. You just want to oppress people. No, bitch, you want to oppress people. That's why you were told to keep silent in the church. Because if there's not that, you would just run your mouth. You're not even asking a question. You're just running your mouth. That's how she usurps authority. Remember, a woman, she's built different than a man. Thought process is different. Like a man, because of his physicality, his train of thought is so short. It's a short conversation upstairs. Could I knock this nigga out? Yeah, I can't knock him out, but I could stomp him out, and I could do something like that. Her train of thought is different. Can't knock him out. I'll smile until he turns his back. Put something in his food, stab him in his sleep. She has to go about a whole other thing. She might have to go along to get along until she comes up. A man doesn't have that, train of thought. You get what I'm saying? Her whole way of going about something. So whereas two brothers might be talking, we have an issue. What did you just say? You heard what I said, nigga. Well, we could take this outside. It's decided. A sister is not like that. she's going to argue. She's going to run her mouth. That's her way of. That's why you have stop. Say that again. Let's stay right here. You have to control that argument because that's her way of fighting. You get the point? That's her way of going through it. This here is cutting that off. Let her remain silent. If you're not asking a question or chiming in with a point or something, everything else remain quiet. That's in the Bible. That's in the Bible you teach from. So then how could you say a woman could be a preacher? I don't understand how that happens. You get the point? So any one of these Bukwashi could use, but Deborah is, it's not what they say and it is. All right, and there's a few more too with judging. All right. What else we have now?
There was 2 questions. Matthew 25. One of the sisters said, like a breakdown from Matthew 25, 1 through 13. And also Yarash said, like a breakdown on Matthew 5, verse 23. He says, I wanted to know what a gift is at the altar.
Okay. Was he first one we're going to? You could take this back. I'm good with it now.
They're both in Matthew 5.
All right, let's go.
Sister is Matthew 5, 1 through 13.
Matthew 5, 1 through 13. Let's go with that. And was he one
and also Rosh is at verse 23, the same chapter.
Okay. All right, let's get Matthew 5. I'm not sure. Could we do all 13? Kind of. Matthew 5, right?
No. Yeah, you're right. Matthew 25, 1 through 13.
Okay, and the other one is Matthew 5. Oh, it's 2 of them. Okay. All right.
Matthew chapter 25, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
Bakwash said, Bakwash said, he could keep that in. That that's had to come out, Bakwash. I feel it.
Verse 2, and 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh. Go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. And while they went out to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not.
For the streets. Sensational.
Verse 13. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh.
Oh boy, that's a cold one right there, brother. That's a cold precept right there. That's everything about this one here is cold. Okay, did she have a specific? This is the sister's question, right? She just wanted a breakdown. Okay, in essence, this one here, it's a parable, and it's a what, a metaphor, or it's metaphor or simile. I forget which one it is. One of them is using like or as, but it's a comparison. Simile? Yeah, English major right here. Give him a hand. Tell I didn't like to read nothing. Yeah, there. It's a comparison with this parable and what the kingdom of heaven would be like. And the kingdom of heaven is what? For you to have a kingdom, you have to have a king. And the comparison here is the bridegroom. The groom is the king, and the brides make up the kingdom of heaven. And just like a king can have, or just like a groom can have more than one wife, a king is in charge of more than one person. You get the point? Multiple wives is lawful. That's why Christ used this example in the New Testament. And he used an example with 10 women, not 2. Just for you Christians. 10. 10 in Espanol. 10. 10. God damn it. Right? So 10 virgins, meaning these is young women of marriageable age. These is young women of marriageable age. 5 of them was idiots. They were foolish. They did not want to prepare for their husband. Get the point? They didn't want to tend to their husband. They wanted to do whatever. They didn't want to sacrifice. And when I was growing up, I had a coach for football, not what you all call football, the other thing. I dare not say that word anymore. I'm striking for 2025. It sounds too gay to say it. But the football you play with your feet, the real sport, right? The real football, I don't care what you say. It is you use your foot on a ball. How more simple could you get? Right? I had a coach who used to say the more you sweat in peacetime is the less you bleed in war. And that's a very good mantra to apply to yourself. And it's an ode to preparation. You prepare when you can prepare, because there's going to be a time when you can't. It's just now there's no preparing, man or woman. Now you have to go out there and swing. And, Lord be with you. You get the point? So the wise virgins, they were the ones who prepared in peacetime. They were the ones who sacrificed, who saved their money up to buy the oil so that they could light the lamp when it was time to light. Why? Because you don't know when your husband coming. He might come home at night. And just think, it's not like now with Uber and the porch lights and shit like that. This is a nigga on a horse riding, coming. You ain't seeing nothing. And somebody say, yo, the bridegroom coming. No, you had to turn the light on for him. Because a good woman, in Proverbs 31, leaves the light on. You get the point? She stayed with the light on for her husband. So this is it's a parable about preparing for the kingdom, preparing for the return of Christ. And right now, we in what type of time? We in that peacetime. Now is the time to prepare. Now is the time to get up in here and sacrifice and pay your tithes and, cut off your old man and your old woman. And now you're going to be presented like one of them wise women to the groom when Christ returns. You get the point? Now there's going to be those of our people who are stupid and don't want to prepare. And in the time when the peace is over, when it's time now for action, they're going to want some of what's on your plate. They're going to want some of what you saved and what you prepared, and you would be an idiot to give it to them. You get the point? That's what this precept is about. This precept is stressing preparation, because now those who don't want to prepare, maybe they could go out and buy oil from somebody. I don't know how they're going to buy it because they ain't prepared. Who knows what they're doing for that oil? Probably going to SHALAM shop for that oil. They're going to get the sharpest oil in the damn grocery. Good.
You're taking that pay.
Listen, well, that's shit. I don't know. Forgot about that shit. They need oil 40 pack, yeah. Unless you're wicked to yourself. Shit, I wouldn't know. God damn. Shit. But he said he don't like it out, so he say I don't like that. I bet you don't, nigga. Right? Did I read the text about the excellent form the broad say he has? The broad said he has excellent posture. Function like that. So I don't know if she held him, she was doing something, and she's like, this nigga could really take a She say you're built for it, Sakari. Oh boy. Yes, sir. I ain't drink tonight, yo. This is water. But yeah, so this parable is the 5 wise women, 5 wise virgins ready for their husband, they want to make sure they're up and could light the way for him when he returns. They want to make sure that so they sacrifice while he's away. They sacrifice and prepared while he's away. And these other 5, they were foolish. They did not prepare. And they thought that they would have been able to get something from the ones who did prepare. And the ones who did prepare was wise to not give it to them. What sense it make, going through all the sacrifice and going through all the hardships. And when time come, somebody who just, wasn't, and you give them of yours, that's ridiculous. That's what Christians want you to believe. Christians want you to believe that you could be like the Pope. The Pope, and then they have the Catholics, they say there's something called absolvement or absolving. I think that you absolved of your sins. Right? You see it in all the mafia movies where the biggest murderer, he on his deathbed, some father come in and absolve him of his sins on his deathbed. Like meaning he could then kill the whole neighborhood and rape everybody and, put everybody child in the ground and pump drugs through the neighborhood. But on his deathbed, if he say, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned and I accept Jesus Christ, the priest would make the sign of the cross and say he's absolved of all his sins. So now he's good to go. That's what Christians think the world is like. Like, you could just do whatever and all you just had to confess with your mouth. Remember that scripture? And you good to go. That's these 5 virgins. Go ahead.
That's like saying the Lord is a fool.
Basically. That's why I say you can't give them of your oil because now they think you're a fool. Like, don't worry, I'll just get some from them. No, because what if the 5 who have the oil start dishing out their oil, what could happen with the light? It could go out before it's time. Just think like gas in the car. If you have a full tank of gas, somebody who had time to do it, they say, man, let me just siphon off some from you. What could happen if you do give them half your tank or quarter of your tank? What could happen as you all embark on this journey?
Slack it, sir.
Go ahead.
You might not reach to the gas station before your gas run out.
No, both of y'all could break down before anybody reaches the destination. And that's what the wise woman said. They said, listen, I can't give you none of mine lest we both run out. Then nobody will get the man. So it's best you go see if y'all could buy some. There's some people selling oil. Go see if you could buy some. But we're gonna wait here on our king to return. We're not going and making no new Israelite group. You get the point? And hoping when he returned, we could say what? Well, we won West. Get the point? We're not going and creating some new thing because you couldn't go to him and him alone in here. You couldn't go to her and her alone, like the scripture say. And now you all beefing and you mad as hell. But meanwhile, the rest of us, this is something that always kills me with people. Like, you think you the only one who disagreed with a judgment or disagreed with something, or you think you're the only one who, you would go left when everybody else is going right. That's how you would want to go. But because you're part of a body, you abandon what you want to do and go right with everybody else. You think you're the only one who's had those feelings? So what's so special about your dumbass that you had to go create a whole new organization and break off and cause friction and all this type of shit? What's so special about you? And somehow we all one West? No, nigga. I'm one West. My brothers and sisters in here is one West. You can't get up this oil, though. You could go somewhere else and buy that shit. But me and you is not one West. We're not the same. We're not. We're not the same. Somebody lying and it ain't me. Go ahead.
Coralla Cup says, Slaga, sir, how would brotherhood play into that if we don't give them the oil?
Say again?
Says, Slaga, sir, how would brotherhood play into that if we didn't give them some oil?
If you didn't give them the oil, how would brotherhood play into it? I don't understand.
Like he's saying if his brotherhood, with if we got some and they don't got some, how's brotherhood playing?
Oh,
We
okay.
don't get
No problem. Corral, come. Sakari got some oil. You want some? One of my daughters, she for the longest while, she used to say, want some? Because, you know, kids, they latch on to certain words. So it would be like, when she was young, I would say, hey, you want some cereal? You want some eggs? So when she see it in cooking on the plate, she'd be like, want some? So Corral, come. I got, of course, I'm joking with you. Sakari got some oil. You want some? Want some? It's brotherhood now. We all Israel, of course. Do you want some, Corral? Come.
And he says, do we still not do it because we was warned?
Sakari was warned. No, I'm assuming he typed this before I asked the question, want some. Because I know, of course, we live, there's a little delay. So I'm assuming I'm gonna allow him to reply because that's my brother. I don't want nobody to feel like I'm trying to play him. But I have to say it like that so you understand. You know, they was warned. Sakari was warned. He was warned. He knew. He sat with Tazariak last year. He knew. And he was warned. I'm asking you in the spirit of brotherhood, right? He got some oil. Do you want some? No reply? Not yet? All right. Go ahead, Shapat. Let me know as soon as you reply.
It's like when I'm listening to this is a parable about the kingdom of heaven.
Mhm.
So we ain't literally talking about like no oil or no small one thing at one time.
We ain't talking about no oil.
Right.
We ain't
So,
talking
like,
about,
we about doing the work to prepare yourself.
like how the hell do I share my
Constantly.
last how much X amount of years of paying tithes with you, nigga? What you want me to do? Go back and say, yeah, you see them tithes are sent in? Yeah, half was his? Are you fucking nuts? You gotta be kidding me, Bob. Go ahead.
He says, I want none of it.
No, where's the brotherhood? Corral, where's the brotherhood at? I thought it was about brotherhood. I thought it was about brother. You don't want none of them oil out? No, that's Sakari special out. You know what I mean? You get some of that oil out. He anointed everything. Everything get anointed out. Yeah, the alabaster box. That's how to call Sakari. He got the alabaster box according to his rib. Yeah, that's it. I hope that answer your question about what the brotherhood and thing. Like what Officer Shapat said, this is not literal oil. This is your life in the truth. How the fuck you sharing that? How am I giving that to somebody? Remember, Lazarus, the rich man and the poor man, with Lazarus and the rich man. Remember, the rich man died and wanted to go back and tell his people, don't do what I did. Be nice to these, to Lazarus, and be nice to the people who, we over. What did Christ say? Or the Most High? He said, man, them rich niggas you want to go back and save, they got prophets. They go and listen to them. They should listen to them. And the rich man knew they wasn't going to listen to the prophets. You can't. What we going to share? How am I sharing a day at camp with you? With some nigga who wouldn't show up. Imagine you go down to camp a day, right? Sabbath service. The sisters bring food and, coffee. Your sisters do it up. And then the brothers after Sabbath service are y'all packing up and y'all talking. You salute everybody, anoint the sisters, do the prayers, load up, going down to camp. You're at camp, camp going good, brothers going to the bathroom. And around about 4 o'clock, so about 4 or 5 vans pull up and the KKK jump out at skinheads. And it's you just don't know. And your woman watching the live home catching a little fucking heart attack because the camera can't be steady because it's war out there now. How the fuck am I sharing that with you? Just explain that to me. How? I want to. I got brotherhood, nigga. I got it. I have it. I love for you, nigga. I'm telling you, you could go try to buy it. You could go try to do what you could do now. But how I'm sharing that experience with you? I can't. I just can't. That morning, just like you, I felt to not get up. I wanted to lay in the bed with that broad. I want to lay up in there, warm up under there. I didn't want to get up. I wanted to wake up and eat eggs and take the kids outside and watch them play in the sun. You think I didn't want to do that? But I decided to sacrifice and prepare. You wanted to have that thing. I'm happy for you. You lived your life, you brother or sister. You ain't wanted to share that with me though. All the money and thing you was spending, them trips you was taking, all the tithes you was not paying. You didn't want to share that with me, and neither would I want to rob you of your experience. You don't want to pay no tithes, nigga, go to the moon on that fucking money. Send pictures, post pictures. I want to like it while you're up there in space. If the Martians come for you, I know I didn't share in your thing. But Christ returned, brother. You know, I was at camp. I was on that pulpit of wood. Hazarded my life. You want me to share it? Here, nigga. Break off a piece. Here. What are we talking about? Can't be shared. It just can't. You get the point? It just can't be shared. And only because of the Christian church, we think it could be shared. We think like, oh, for brotherhood's sake, he's a good brother. Nigga, if you ain't at camp with me, Salakia, I'm saluting you out of protocol. I hope you understand. I hope I hope you get it. If you're not in camp, shoulder to shoulder, toe to toe with me, the salute you get is not brotherhood like how you think it is. Not, some mushy love and I feel sorry for you while you somewhere getting high, sucking on some shit another nigga suck on to get high, or fucking some slut like Shannon Sharp. The salute I give you is because it's our protocol to salute every Israelite. I'll salute Al Sharpton. Shalom. But when I see Bakwash, it's different. See Ayan Lawana, I see the young sister here, Ragash, the young brother, Shapat, Kazak. I see Akkad. That's a different salute. There's a brother in Florida, I miss him this year, I had to call him after Rakabia. That's my nigga right there. I only see him at Passover because he's in Florida. He drives trucks. We don't see each other at the cookouts, but we on the phone. He works with the Passover crew. When I see him, we get together, break bread. You think the salute I'm giving him is the same as you? And you want to share what? Fuck we talking about? Just, whatever, man. Go get some Crisco. Go ahead.
Slide, I got a precept.
Come on with it quickly.
So the book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 46. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brothers stood without, desiring to speak with him. Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee.
Mm-hmm.
But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother? And who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother.
You know how much people read that and say they believe it and don't? They just don't. Like, I'm absolutely to a fault. I'm there with that shit, Like, that's you here with me, you suffering, you rolling, you tithe, you paying your tithe, you coming through. We standing at camp, we in class, we doing everything. We down there for the Passover, going back and forth, running here and there. Every little issue that come up, you know what I mean? We handling that shit up. I always tell you all about the story where the wheel broke off when we was going to Hebrew Academy with a card. I think me and Captain Ash taking them up. And that's a cards them year. So that had to be 2011 because it was winter time. I didn't think it turned 2012 yet. How the fuck am I sharing that with you? Like, how am I sharing with you? I think I'm going to die in this van today. The wheel broke off. We on 95. Going off an exit. The van skating. Sparks is flying the fuck up. When the van finally stopped, a semi blow past the back of the van shake. It was that close. How am I sharing that with you? What am I pouring out? What am I giving you in a glass to drink for you to experience that shit? What? Tell me, I'll give it to you. Just tell me how I can make. Tell me what I do to go cold press olives and heat treat peanuts and give it to you. How the fuck am I giving you that? You just wasn't there. You didn't want to be there. You didn't want that. Come on,
Sir, my experience wasn't as dramatic as yours.
Come on, no, listen, it was traumatic. I'm sure.
When that happened, that story, what you were saying, was going through my mind, and all those, about 10 seconds that the tire blew out. I'm just shit. It's like,
no, listen, that exactly is down near the same thing. It's just the tire blew out in the back. You had some control. The Lord said, I'm gonna test this nigga today. Yeah, I mean, and shit, it's them things you just can't experience. You just can't. Go ahead.
Sir. Also, Hazahab says, Matthew 23, it says, they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. He says, where was the brotherhood to not burn our oil?
That's it. That's the other question. So what has where's the brotherhood for me, nigga? Where's the brotherhood? How you chip in? You bend your shoulder to the burden. You get down here in the mud with me. But now you trying to now lean on me too? And listen, Corella, come. Let me give you a grown man answer. You wanted to know where's the brotherhood? The brotherhood is me not giving it to you. That's brotherhood. Now I don't have to hate you when we run out of oil. I don't got to hate you. I don't got to look at you and be like, you motherfucker. I saved you from that shit. Now I can have genuine brotherhood and pity on you now. Now I can be like, Lord, I know they didn't do it. Blah, blah, blah. Please have mercy on them. But I'm not going to come out into the world with you, because I may not make it back in time. The groom is on the way. The king is on the way, nigga. You not listening? No problem. Lord be with you. Our card said, I don't hate them niggas. I'm just too loyal to my own. A card is a much better man than me. Some of them I fucking hate that. It's a lot. You know what I mean? I ain't perfect, brother. We all fall short. Akkad is an excellent priest, brother, and has a way with words, and I love it. I can get every song he ever make. But that's just it. What the fuck we talking about? I mean, what? What are we talking about? All right. We're good to go. I hope the sister understands. That's what it's a parable for that. It's preparation. You want to prepare like there's no tomorrow. You really want to do it. You want to do it. And it's very hard being in America because America is what's the word? It's convenient. America is very convenient. You could go on Amazon right now, get something dropped off to your house 2 o'clock in the morning from your phone. It's so Shannon Sharp, brother. God damn. He's 50 something. The broad is what, 20? He got easily 30 something years on her. Somehow he's able to get her. Somehow that piece of trash, is able to get him. Imagine that. Like, it's so convenient. It's hard to really unplug. You should unplug. And that's the beauty of the UPK. Utilize this brotherhood. Talk to your brothers and sisters outside the country. Talk to your brothers and sisters outside your state so you can find out what's going on. But if you're in America, you want to talk to your brothers and sisters in Canada, in UK, in the Caribbean, in Jamaica, Trinidad, St. Lucia, Barbados, Mexico, Venezuela. You want to, look at their videos, see what life out there really is like, because it's coming. You get the point? It's getting here. So you could start to really prepare and take your mind out of this place and really focus. And somebody who does not want to prepare and build this house with you, somebody who doesn't want to sacrifice, somebody who makes every excuse that you go through on a daily basis, Lord be with him. Lord be with you. That's it. That's the brotherhood. Lord be with you. All right. Cool.
There was another question.
Come on, let's get it quickly.
Kind. It's from Officer Urash Matthew.
No, what's the one? Matthew 5 and 23. That's the one you're reading? Go ahead.
Kind. Just like, sir, may I get a breakdown on Matthew 5 and 23? I wanted to know what a gift is at an altar.
Okay. And again, that last one, this is more preparation. Again, you're keeping that lamp, you're trimming it, meaning you're not just the oil is not infinite, it's finite, meaning you have a certain amount. So you want to trim your lamp, you want to burn it accordingly. You know, burn it accordingly is managing stuff. You're burning it accordingly so your oil could last, because you don't know when that king coming, you know when the bridegroom is coming, when he's making a return, and you want to be ready for when he returns. You always want to be ready. A precept for this also is in Revelation, where it says, keep thy garments, right? Keep your garments on. It's not talking about sleeping in your garment, but it's talking about you don't want to be like a Christian where you take your spirit off and hang it up in the closet when you go home. And that's how Christians are. That's how Muslims are. They believe you could sell drugs once you don't wear the kufi and the man dress. You could go sell drugs. As long as they take it off and fold it up nice and do your little and all that bullshit they be doing, you could go sell drugs. You get the point? To each other. But don't sell it to another Muslim. That's them you hanging up your spirit, nigga. It doesn't matter what I physically wear. I'm an Israelite. If I get locked up today, I'm going in there and I'm going to be an Israelite. And of course, not locked up for disobeying the law, but because, you know, you suffer for Christ. That could happen. You get the point? Not saying you a criminal or nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Wherever you are, you know, wherever you end up, what you're wearing doesn't matter at that point. You are an Israelite. You had that spirit on. You get the point? That's what it means, keep your garments. Give me Matthew 5.
I'm coming to the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 23. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there rememberest that thy brother hath aught against thee. Verse 24. Leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift.
Yeah, he's expanding on that.
Go ahead.
He's expanding on the question. He says, Slugger, sir, to expand on the question, I wanted to know if the gift at the altar is a sin offering or a sacrifice.
Okay. The gift at the altar would be anything you're bringing to the priest from you. So it could be a fine, which would be a sin offering. It could be a sacrifice, which would be tithes. Tithes would fall under, you know, a sacrifice. How you know? Because some people ain't want to pay any shit. You know, it's a sacrifice at that point. They make up every excuse. And it's saying if you have an issue with your brother, don't bring it. Go sort that out with your brother. Now, the spirit of this is he's saying, don't try to do right by the Lord publicly for everybody to see, and you ain't go sort that thing privately with your brother. And I had to say it like that because there's going to be some nigga or niggeress listening to this shit saying, well, me and so beefing, so I can't pay my tithes. It's right there in the Bible. Right there. See it there? See it? It said, leave thy gift. That tithe staying right there. Now, whatever happened to the tithes between now and, you know, when we sort this thing out, you know, it's not my responsibility. That's not what that's talking about. You should pay that tithe, you dummy. You should pay that shit. And, you know, we sort that brotherhood thing in due course. But that's what it is. It's the spirit of it is, again, being a Christian. Christians go up there and drop money and give, you know, plant a seed. They plant these seeds with Creflo and then $2,000, $5,000 and go right back, sit down next to the nigga in the pew and say, turn their back. Say to your neighbor, amen. Amen. That's the Christian church, right? You get the point? You're sitting right there next to a brother or sister and you hate them, you can't stand them, there's some beef, there's something, but you tithes. Oh, I brought this for the school. And you're robbing your brother and your sister of brotherhood right then and there, right there in the same place. Christ is saying, just keep your shit, nigga. You a hypocrite. Go ahead.
Good precept, if I could paraphrase when he say, how could you say you love the Lord when you that you can't see, but your brother right here,
You hate your brother who you can see.
Oh gosh,
that's a good precept for it.
Okay.
The spirit of this here is brotherhood. If you read further up in Matthew 5, just above this few verses, is talking about brotherhood and how brothers should be with each other, sisters should be with each other. This is about brotherhood. This is about that thing where it's like you should be quick to sort an issue out. You should be like that. You should not be an hypocrite where you holding the grudge then. You holding it. You're not trying to sort it, but you making sure everything else gets done. The Lord seeing it. And remember, the Lord can't, he ain't trying to spend your money out. That's not what he's about. He can't, he don't give a damn with it, pounds, US money, whatever, Jamaican money. He don't give a damn about that shit. Still pay it though. That's his law. But the brotherhood is what he wants. He's a father with children. And any father don't like their children to beef. Whatever they're beefing over, it means nothing to the father. You get the point? But he'll go in there and act like he care about a video game or who's sleeping on the top bunk or, who ride shotgun last week. He'll act like he care about that shit, but he don't. What he wants y'all to do is get along because he know he ain't going to be there forever. And he don't want y'all to damn, take each other apart over the shit. You get what I'm saying? You got a question? Oh, you got to go? Okay, no sweat. You understand? That's what it's saying, Rash. All right. I hope you understand. Let me know what he's saying.
Just the water, sir.
Oh, Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. Anything else?
That's it, sir.
All right. Any other questions or anything? Anything in the room? We just about done.
Just want to remind you of that.
I got you. All right, with that, pass the class over to Priest and Officer Shapat. Shapat, do the announcements real quick, all right?
I.S.U.P.K security announcements with I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street, all New York, and Commander General Yahanna. Who's your new brothers and sisters? The new brother and sister come to the school. They're orphans for 6 months. They're here to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's never 6 months in which the brother or sister would court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister would get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. It means 10 in Hebrew and it's pronounced I.S.U.P.K. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation. Feast of First Fruits starts after the Sabbath. Feast of Unleavened Bread, sundown. Sunday, April the 20th, 2025. Count 50 days. Celebrate the 50th day. Sunday, June the 8th, 2025. Start before sundown. You find us in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 10 through 22. Man, Akwat in the check on social media, such as I.S.U.P.K.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on. I.S.U.P.K. events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband, a scarf. With that, I say I might you, which means to stand. Since you may remain seated.
Hold on. Before we do the courtesy salute, right? I just want to source something real quick tonight. All right. Shapat, give me Job 41:1.
On concert.
All right. Everybody have this down? I can write it on the bottom. right. So read the scripture out, please.
Come, sir. Book of Job, chapter 41, verse 1. Canst thou draw out Leviathan with a hook or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down?
Go ahead.
Come. Canst thou put a hook into his nose or bore his jaw through with a thorn? Will he make any supplication unto thee?
Right. So anybody understands this thing here? This is with Job when Job was going through his trials, right? And as he going through it, remember his friends were saying, curse the Lord. His wife was saying, curse the Lord and die. His friends were saying, listen, man, you done did something wrong. First, Job thought he didn't do nothing wrong. Then after he understood it. But this here is a big part of him understanding how the Lord works. And this here, the breakdown on Job 41 is that Leviathan, right? You all heard of Leviathan, right? The word, right? The Leviathan is a sea creature, a beast, right? From the depths of the sea, Leviathan would be one of them old giant alligators or some like a sea monster that, they make movies and books about it. Moby Dick, the giant squid. They find some other thing now down in the deep that, you need light to see. But a fisherman can't do that. A fisherman can't pull that out. A man can't pull those things out of the water and, put it in a pot. No man could destroy Leviathan. Get the point? Only the Lord. The Lord is the one who could pull him. The Lord is the one who could raise him up. The Lord is the one to do it. You get the point? Because this is Leviathan. This is something a man has to understand, that with life and with everything, like nothing you do is of any consequence if the Lord is against it. You get the point? And the Lord has to be with you with everything. So tonight, young man Steve, you ain't going to be called young man no more. From now on, your name is going to be Leviathan, which is Leviathan in the Hebrew, which is a beast that no man could destroy. No man can destroy this brother. And this brother, he been very, very what's the word I want? Dedicated and loyal in coming in. You get the point? And he came through not knowing a whole lot. But once he understood what was going on, it's like he gets straight into the current of everything. And reporting, showing up to class, everything that's going on with him in his personal life. And this brother here, man tried to destroy him. I'm gonna tell you straight up. At some point in time, I was like, this got to be the Truman Show. He's a paid actor at this point. But hold on. So what? Right? But he done put his faith in the Lord, brother, and he himself saw the turnaround. And that's what's important when you serve the Lord. You had to be able to stick long enough to see the turnaround. But he saw the turnaround. He knew it. He knew that if there's no way this shit could go the way it went if the Lord wasn't with him. And from now on, his name is going to be Leviathan, right? Which is Leviathan in the Hebrew. No man can destroy, all right? Let me get the two priests up here, please. Pinch your plant, you on the other side, right? Bukwash, you on this side? All right, make sure the camera is on the brother. Brother, you can step right in front thing right here. Just make sure the camera is on him. It's on him? All right, quickly. All right, just pour the oil on him if you don't mind. All right, the priest up here gonna say, if you need a paper towel, you can grab this one if you want. The priest, if it's running down, the priest up here gonna repeat after me. When I point to you, you're gonna say your name in Hebrew, right? It's Leviathan. All right, Leviathan. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Wayashamarka.
Yabaraka.
Yahweh. Panyawa.
Panyawa.
Alyaka.
Alyaka.
Wayakanka.
Wayakanka.
Yeshar Yahweh. Panyawa.
Panyawa.
Al-Yaka, Wa-Yashamlaka, Shalom, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Barak, Rapah, Magun, Hagun, Leviathan, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, the water Aman. What we just said was, Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face to shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless, heal, shield, and protect Leviathan. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, and so be it. Congratulations, brother. Congratulations. Excellent work. Excellent work. Good job. Good job. No, go ahead. All right. So I'm gonna get yourself you'll make an email with your Hebrew name and stuff like that. We're gonna sort you out after, all right? We got one more. Hold on. You'll get the paper towels now because she don't cry. Yeah, right. The waterworks is coming. All right. Hold on. She's trying to mess him up. Yep, that's it. All right. All right. So this next one now, I can't talk about this sister here. Her husband talks about her all the time. And I know his words is going to be more than anything I could say. So if your brother could step right up here. Let's make sure he on the camera. Please. And say, why you chose the name. Talk about the sister. And I talk. Yeah, man, you can talk now. Go ahead.
I chose the name for my real honestly because since day one, since the truth has been brought to her, she definitely has been taking it serious. She's always has put it first, and she's always wants to learn more about it.
All right, and this is the sister right here. Sister, you can come up here on this spot here, just for the sake of the camera. All right, just stand right in front of him, so you all have to work the camera. All right, so both of them on camera. All right, go ahead. Straighten up a little bit. Just face the podium also, sis. He could stay there, but just face the podium. No, this way. Couldn't. Yeah, face me. Right. That's it. So what? Yeah, you good right there. Wow. Go ahead.
All right, but yeah, she's been, like I said, she's been taking it serious since day one. Even back then when I didn't even really look into it like that, she pushed me. She pushed me to take this serious. And I commend her for everything that she has done in this truth. And she's a righteous sister. She's always seeking sisterhood. And honestly, without the I.S.U.P.K, I wouldn't know where my rib would be right now.
Most High Christ. Most High Christ. So from now, right, young slap it. Right? From now, she's no longer going to be known as young woman, whatever. But now her name is going to be
Salakia. Kasad Wana. And it means merciful daughter.
Right, that's her name. That's the name her husband chose for her. I'll show you the laundry list of names. Yeah, we had about 25 names. I'm calling him, he jumping out the car, he trying to hide it from her. I was like, I remember them days, brother. That's them things you'd never ever forget. You get the point. The brother, he came to me about her, a few weeks ago, and he said he definitely spoke very highly of you, and your progress he made in the truth, and that was good to hear from him. And this is what the UPK is about for sure. This is his brother's rib. He got his name about a month or two ago, and in here we don't take ribs from brothers. We make sure they stay with them. Right. You know what I mean? Unlike them purple pigs. You know what I mean? So from this day forward, your name is not going to be Kasad Wana. It means merciful daughter. And I pray you wear that name, righteously and totally put that name all the way on you. I pray the Lord bless you and your husband up in the truth here too. Let me get some oil on the sister head too, all right? You can come in. Before the paper, so they're running down now. Yeah, no, sir. All right. When the priest up here say after me, sis, when I point to you, you're going to say your name, all right? Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
By Shamarka.
By Shamarka.
You are Yahweh.
Are Yahweh.
Hold on. Salaki, Leviathan said, Salaki, I do you wrong. You like it anywhere. This saw you. It looks like it was me up there. Salaki, Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
By Shamarka.
By Shamarka.
You are Yahweh. Padyawa. Al-Yaka. Where you conquer. You Shah Yahweh. Padyawa. Al-Yaka. Where you Shumlaka. Shalom. Yahweh. Bahashem. Yahweh Shai. Barak. Rapah. Magun. Hagun. Kasawana. Bahashem Yahweh Shai. The water Aman. What we just said was, Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face to shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless, heal, shield, and protect the Sadwana in the name of Yahweh Shai, the water and Aman. Listen, dog, the scriptures say the angels rejoice when one person turn from the world. I know they're having a party for these two niggas right now. Come here, Shala.
Come here, Shala.
All right, DC, with that, listen, I know y'all don't see this much in DC. DC is the wall, it's the hard place. All right, both sides of Christ out here. All right, Yabashim Shabbat thumb.
Yabashim
Quickly up.
Men of Israel, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Mount Shabbat.
Yahweh Shem Yah Shai Brakatham.
Yahanna, Saul speaks the turn. This is you may stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give the sisters a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Mount Shabbat.
Yahweh Shemala Tanba Shem Yahushai.
Yahanna, class dismissed.